My countrymen, you have called upon me to assume the highest office within our gifts. I accept the trust, humbly and gratefully. My sole determination is to be president for the people. The office of the president is the highest in the land. It can be the humblest also, if we regard it as we must. In the light of basic democratic principles, the first of these principles is the declaration of the Constitution that sovereignty resides in the people and all government authority emanates from them. This simply means that all of us in public office are but servants of the people. As I see it, your mandate in the past election was not a license for selfish enjoyment of power by any man or group of men. On the contrary, it was an endorsement of the principle, at times forgotten, that the general welfare is the only justification for the exercise of governmental power and authority. Your mandate was a clear and urgent command to establish for our people a government based upon honesty and morality, a government sensitive to your needs, dedicated to your best interests, and inspired by our highest ideals of man's liberty. We have a glorious past. Now we must build a future worthy of that past. It is significant that we begin on this day, on this ground hallowed by the supreme sacrifice of Jose Rizal. All too often, however, we speak of Rizal and of Del Pilar, Bonifacio, Mabini, and our host of heroes, as if their work were done, as if today their spirit had ceased to have any meaning or value to our people. The truth is that we need their spirit now more than ever. We need it to complete the work of which they began. We need men of integrity and faith like Rizal and Del Pilar, men of action like Bonifacio, men of inflexible patriotism like Mabini. We need their zeal, their self-reliance, their capacity for work, their devotion to service, their ability to lose themselves in common cause of building a nation. I will have such men. From this day, the members of my administration, beginning with myself, shall cease to belong to our parties, to our families, even to ourselves. We shall belong only to the people.
In the administration of the public affairs, all men entrusted with the authority adhere firmly to the ideas and principles of the Constitution. I will render and demand uncompromising loyalty to the basic tenet of our Constitution, that you, the people, are sovereign. The rule of the government must be of service to you. Accordingly, I pledge my administration to your service. I pledge that we shall extend the protection of the law to everyone, fairly and impartially, to the rich and the poor, the learned and the unlettered, recognizing no party but the nation, no family but the great family of our race, no interest save the common welfare. The Bill of Rights shall be for me and the members of my administration a bill of duties. We shall be the guardians of the freedom and dignity of the individual. More than this, we shall strive to give meaning and substance to the liberties guaranteed by our Constitution, by helping our citizens to attain the economic well-being so essential to the enjoyment of the civil and political rights. The separation of power, ordained by our Constitution as an effective safeguard against tyranny, shall be preserved zealously. Mutual respect for the rights and prerogative of each of three great departments of government must be observed. Here, therefore, social justice has raised fervent but frustrated hopes in the hearts of our less fortunate citizens. We must not permit social justice to be an empty face in our Constitution. We must bring it to life for all. In consonance with the purpose, my administration shall take positive, energetic measures to improve the living condition of our fellow citizens, the barrios and the neglected rural areas, and of laborers of our urban and industrial centers.
Democracy becomes meaningless if it fails to satisfy the primary needs of the common man. If it cannot give him freedom from fear on which a strong republic can be built, his happiness and security are the only foundations on which a strong republic can be built. His happiness and security shall be foremost among the goals of my administration. We must develop the national economy so that it may better satisfy the material needs of our people. The benefit of any economic or industrial development programs shall be channeled first to our common people so that their living standards shall raise. While I shall give priority to our domestic problems, my administration will not neglect our international responsibilities. We cannot escape the fact that today the destinies of nations are closely linked. It is in the spirit that we regard the goodwill and assistance extended to us through the various programs of international economic cooperation with the more developed nations. It is our common interest that this republic, a monument of mutual goodwill and common labor, should prove to the world the vitality of the democracy by which we live. We shall continue to cooperate with the United Nations in seeking collective security and a just world peace. To our Asian brothers who send our fraternal greetings, they are beset by problems of the same nature and complexity as for those that confront us. We invite them to share our experiences in finding solutions to those problems through democratic means. It is my hope that we can exchange experiences, information, and methods that each of us has found more effective in subduing illiteracy, poverty, disease, underproductivity, and other common evils which have afflicted our countries of past generations.
The problem and opportunities ahead of us set the measure for the effort we must exert in the years to come. We must have unity to solve our problems, cooperation to exploit our opportunities. I urge you to forego partisan differences whenever there is a national interest clearly demands united action. We must not be distracted from our work. We have no time for petty strife. I have been warned that too much is expected for this administration, that our people expect the impossible. For this young and vigorous nation of ours, nothing is really impossible. Let us have faith in ourselves, the same faith that fired the heroic generation of revolution. They waged and won their struggle with nothing but bolos in their hands and courage in their hearts. Without political training and experience, they wrote a constitution comparable with the best and established the first republic in Asia. Our own generation was told by doubters and enemies that we would never have the independence from the United States. We live today under a free and sovereign republic. Our faith was fulfilled. Today we are told anew that it is impossible to do what must be done, but our people, sustained by God, under whose protection we have placed our destiny and happiness, and strengthened by an abiding faith in His goodness and mercy, our people, united and free, shall shape a future worthy of our noble heritage if we act together, act wisely, act with courage, and act unselfishly in a spirit of patriotic dedication.